I want to make a screencast sharing how to get started with Google Classroom. Google Classroom is a great way to communicate with your students and a way for your students to communicate with you and complete work that you can then give feedback on right away. To get started, go down to your app launcher in the bottom left hand of your screen with the little magnifying glass. Click on it. Classroom should already be in your apps. If it's not, you can go to the web store and add it. Mine's right up front because I use it all the time. If it's not, you can search for it. Click on it. And from there, the app should open up with all your classroom, all the classrooms that you use. I have several that I use. It's just the way that I organize my room and my students. Each student is part of a group or several groups, and we use them all day, every day. To start a new classroom, you're going to go up to the right-hand corner right next to your email address where there's a plus sign. Click that plus sign, and you get two options, join class or create class. Right now, we're going to create class. This join class is what your students will use to join your class later with their invite code. Create class, and then you're going to name it. And there's a spot for a section. I'm just going to put the name of my school here and click create. From there, it opens right up to your classroom page. Classroom page is divided into three sections. Your stream, where you're going to have all your announcements and your assignments. Your students, where it will list your students, and it's also where you invite your students. And your about page. Your about page is a place to just tell about your classroom, and you can also add materials. I add things like my class blog, my class reading log. I have a Google form added to mine where they can order their prizes with their dojo points for PBIS. Whatever your students are going to access all the time, you can add to this section of the classroom. You can also invite another teacher if you're team teaching that classroom as well. I'm going to hop right back over to the students place spot and show you how to invite your students. You can give them the invite code, and what they do with this code is they will then log into Google Classroom, use that same plus sign you used to create the class, and enter this code to join the class. I like to use the invite button instead. It kind of gives me peace of mind that it's already set up and doesn't take up any of my class time. To do that, click the blue invite, and you're going to search for your students by either name or student number. Click the search button, and Micah Hobbs pops up. I can click on his name and invite him. Shows here he's invited, so that means when he logs into Google Classroom, he'll have a classroom there and a blue join button that he can then join the classroom and see everything all the other students are seeing. In the stream section, you're going to have all your assignments and announcements. I'm going to show you right now how to make an assignment. Go down to the plus sign in the bottom right-hand corner, and you get a couple options. You have the option to reuse a post. If you do the same type of assignment often, this is a great tool to use. I do my daily schedule and morning work every morning, so often I use this reuse post, and I just reuse the same post and edit what I need for that day. Create a question is a way to have an online discussion with your students. Create an assignment and create an announcement. We're going to create an assignment today because it's something the students will hand into us for a grade and for feedback. If it were an announcement, it wouldn't have anything to hand in. It would just be information. So we're going to click create an assignment, and we're going to title our assignment. And then give some instructions to our students. All right. You can change the due date. September 14th is, we don't have school on September 14th. So I'm going to make this assignment due September 15th. Click Save. Down here is where you're going to attach your files. You have several options. You can just attach a file that's in your documents saved on your hard drive of your computer. You can upload something from your Google Drive, upload a YouTube video, or upload a link. Today, what I want to add to my assignment is in my Google Drive. So I'm going to click on Google Drive, and then my entire drive opens right here. I'm going to choose my file, and it's attached to the assignment. There's several options that I have for my file. Students can view the file, students can edit the file, or make a copy for each student. I don't want students changing the daily schedule, so I'm just going to click Students can view this file. From here, the student would then be able to click on it and open it up to view what we're doing today on the schedule. I chose to put it in Google Slides so that I could put several slides on here, which are things that they'll need throughout the day, and they can refer to them whenever they need. I have the schedule. I have the unifying question for the week with some sample answers, and I have our objectives. So back to Google Classroom. I also wanted to upload their morning work. It's in my drive as well. So I'm going to click on Google Drive and scroll down to where I have the assignment, and I'm going to click Add. Now this one, I want them to actually do work on the document. So I'm going to choose Make a Copy for each student because I want each student to do a copy of this work. If I were to click Students can edit the file, what would happen is everyone would collaborate on the same document. We do that sometimes, but for this document, I want everybody to have their own copy. So I'm going to click Make a Copy for each student, and then I'm going to click Assign. Now it's in my stream. It shows me how many students have done it, how many students have not done it. It shows me the due date. For students, it shows up a little bit differently for them. The morning work would be on the front of the assignment on the stream just like this. But since the morning work is something they need to do and hand in, there will be a little button here that says Open. They'll need to click that button to open up their morning work. For the teacher, it's still right here on the front. For the student, this also is a little bit different for them. When they open it up, it will say morning work, and then their name will already be on it. Google Classroom saves this in their drive for them, and it saves it in yours as well to view. So from here, they can just complete the assignment. Okay. Again, for the student, this looks a little bit different. For them, up here, right next to the comments and the share, they have a little button that says Turn In. When they're finished, all they need to do is click that Turn In button, and then they will be marked as done, and you can go in and give it a grade and give it feedback. I hope that's a good start for using Google Classroom. There are so many things that you can do with Google Classroom. So I hope that that is a good start for you. And from there, you can experiment with some of the other things and use it to fit your own teaching style and your classroom.